What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to show you something I seen today, man, and it left me scratching my head. I'm one of them people that believe in cause and effect, and I also believe in people being accountable for things they do. Now, I'm going to give you my honest assessment of this situation. And the story I'm talking about is a story about this young man right here. He's 22 years old. And I don't know where he's from. He's from somewhere in Illinois. But this happened in the village of Robbins, Illinois. And that's what the town called, Village of Robbins, Illinois. It was an altercation between him, or an interaction between him and a police officer for Robbins PD, Village of Robbins PD. This guy, if you look at this picture up here, his eye's messed up. That's because he got shot in the eye with a taser by an officer after being asked to leave a store. And I want you to take a look at this, and then I'm going to come back with my honest commentary about it and the way I see it. Some people ain't going to agree, but it is what it is. I mean, come on. Let's go.
Dominic Bradford says he has permanent damage to his right eye after being tased in the face by a Robbins police officer. Now, the Robbins Police Department claims Bradford was hostile when he was asked to leave a convenience store. But Bradford believes the use of force was unjustified. The ABC7i team has obtained video of the tasing incident that followed, and we want to warn you, some of the footage and images might be hard to watch.
I'll never look the same again or feel the same, quite frankly.
Dominic Bradford's right eyelid is stitched together after he underwent 4 surgical procedures. The Chicago man says he may never see out of this eye again after he was tased in the face by a police officer.
This is what my reality is now. I don't wish this on my worst enemy.
The incident happened on March 18th. The 22-year-old says he and his friends were on their way home from a sports bar, and they stopped by a convenience store in Robbins. He says a store clerk thought he had recognized him. That
became a minor back and forth of, I think I've seen you. No, you haven't. I've never been here before. That's when I knocked on the glass for the item behind the counter.
Bradford says a Robbins police officer who happened to be in the store asked him to stop knocking on the glass. He says words were exchanged and he was asked to leave. Bradford says he followed orders and left. And that's where the officer's body cam video begins.
You come back up to the glass and you seem frustrated, upset. You seem to be yelling.
Well, I was frustrated, upset, being removed from an establishment for no reason.
In the video, you can see Bradford and his friends walking to their vehicle. The officer approaches and orders Bradford to get into the car.
Hey, you got 2 seconds to get in the car. You got 2.
Bradford's friends try to intervene, and things escalate. Bradford is tased and then advances toward the officer.
Sit down. Sit down.
Bradford is tased a second time in the face. Moments later, the officer calls for backup, and Bradford reemerges.
If there's anyone watching the body cam video and they say, if his behavior weren't the way it was, we wouldn't be here, what would your response be to that?
Sure, I'm not here to sugarcoat the fact that Dominic was angry, but he's outside the store. That's the key. He followed his command. Police officers, quite frankly, are trained to not emotionally react, particularly when they're not being placed in danger.
A Village of Robbins spokesperson says it does not comment on matters of litigation, but did say in part, quote, a Robbins police officer was engaged in an incident outside a local business with an individual in which the police body camera shows was irate and noticeably intoxicated during the exchange. All of which was in response to the owner of the local business requesting the officer to have the individual leave the store following a prior hostile exchange. An ambulance was called to the scene and Bradford was taken to the hospital.
It was difficult to view, so to see, like blood on his face, his eye almost hanging out of his head. No mother, no father, no parent should ever have to see their child in that situation.
Bradford and his attorney now suing the village of Robbins and the officer who tased him. They believe the use of force was unjustified. Bradford denies being intoxicated on the night in question, maintaining he was upset that he had to leave the store after being misidentified by the clerk. I asked Bradford why he advanced at the officer after being tased the first time.
I was still in a mode of protection because I had just witnessed this officer push my friend out of the way in order to tase me. It was very intense and everything was happening super fast.
I feel confident in saying like that video does not display his proudest moment. But in that video, I watched him and his friend walk away. So I don't understand why he pursued them.
I forgive you because I should. And the police department definitely needs to do better training.
The Robbins police officer in this incident has not been charged with a crime and is still with the police department. Bradford, who was tased, was not arrested or charged with a crime during this incident. The Robbins Police Department says its mission is to service the citizens of Robbins with a high level of integrity. They say they are cooperating with Illinois State Police to investigate this matter.
Now you see that he's trying to go to court for this situation. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was a judge, I'd throw that shit out. I would. Life is about cause and effect. It is. What you do at any given time is a result of what you do or do not do in life at that given point. If you paid attention to the story and really paid attention to it, him and the clerk got into it. The clerk must have said he thought he was somebody else. They got into it. He bangs on the glass. From the banging, it's a cop in the store. The cop sees it, goes up there. Hey, man, don't bang on that glass. He already turned up from arguing with the store clerk. Him and the cop get into it. The cop like, you know what? Get out. The girl there trying to save him. Get him out of trouble. Just come on, let's just leave. Him and the cop get into it. Get him outside. He bucking up at the door, threatening. You can see him say, I'll fuck you up or whatever out his mouth. Cop seen it. Regardless of him being a cop, two men refusal to back down. You know, men deal with each other different. He lip wrestling. The cop go outside. The girl trying to push him back in the car while the other girl was in the car. He acting a fool. Won't listen to her. Not listening. He come over there. With a cop looking at him, he say something to the cop. Cop walk right over there again. Fuck with him. Why would you put yourself in that position? Regardless if you mad or not, just leave, man. Damn, just listen. Now you got one eye. You sitting up there and it's everybody else's fault but yours. Let's keep it the fuck real. Then when the cop come over there, you pushing the girl. And then you doing that bullshit you see a lot of these younger people do now where they get stiff and ball their fists up. And that offensive posture, like you hurling threats at the cop. You think he ain't heard that before? You 22 years old, you think he ain't heard that shit? Now you sitting up here acting like you a victim. Come on, fam. Come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Robbins PD needs to learn how to do their training. Better training ain't got nothing to do with you running your mouth with another man and things going left. It don't. Here's another thing people don't understand. They always, you heard the lawyer who sounds stupid as hell. Police are supposed to protect and all this other shit, right? They are. They're going to protect property before they protect people. That clerk is a part of that establishment. They're going to serve the community. They're going to serve the building. They're going to do what they always do. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They get you off the premises. The cop came outside because he want to get you off the premises so you don't go back in there and argue with that guy, because if you go back in there and do something to that man and the cop was already there, he get in trouble. That's why he told you to leave. But people don't care. Everybody's wrong. Everybody's a victim sometimes. Man, this shit cause and effect. I feel bad for him that he lost his eye, but goddamn. You know what I mean? They slowed it down when the taser went off to the face. It looked like the cop did that shit on purpose. If you listen, the taser was already going off. And he was trying to move the girl up, thinking he made that sudden movement. The cop backed up and let off that taser. Hit him in the eye. You know what I'm saying? Should something happen to the cop? I don't know, because he was aggressive. He was aggressive. Because I know people, a lot of people ain't gonna stand for that. He was shocked. You could hear the taser hitting his hoodie. Why you ain't stopped then? Dude already showed you he willing to shoot you. What's next? If you ran up on that cop and then he threw the gun down and then shot you, because they supposed to use the taser first. If the taser don't work and you come up on the cop and grab him, bro, you could have lost your life. And that's the thing, man. I can't feel sorry for people in positions like that. If I was a judge, I'd be like, man, get the shit the fuck out of here. You live and you learn. And he lucky he alive after that shit. Because nowadays, man, they're not playing around no more. These police ain't playing. And to get an argument with a police officer, it only ends in one way. Either you dead or you going to jail. You can't win when his body camera on and you acting and raising up the energy just like him. The law gonna side with him. Why? Because he represents the law. Quicker you realize that, the better off we'll be. This shit is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Everybody they asked, the lawyer couldn't really explain the shit without trying to make it go in his defendant's position. He sounds stupid. Then his mom was up there. Oh, well, you know, no mother, no father, on this, or that. Yeah, but your son's a grown man. And all the teachings that he got from you, he should know better. He should know better. You know what I'm saying? And like she's describing what she saw, but yeah, what you saw was the effect of something where the cause you didn't see. Me, honestly, I would have to see the whole video camera footage of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the way they put that out there, the way that whole thing was set up, I think my man was wrong. And they gonna side with the cop. Watch. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. As men, it's very hard for us to play a victim. It is. Especially when we know better, and like a lot of times our mouths get us in trouble, or like us bucking up and doing stuff. Nobody sides with us. Especially in something as silly as that. That whole thing was dumb to me. That girl tried to get you out of there. That's your friend. Why you couldn't listen? You so angry that, you know what I'm saying, it ended the way it did. See you in the next video. Take care.